Hey yo, C King Fight News, and let's talk about history and Al Haymon. Has Al Haymon ever tried to block an undisputed fight from happening? Well, I'll tell you what. In one instance, he absolutely has tried to block Undisputed. Let's talk about it. All right, Alan Haymon, the driving force behind Premier Boxing Champions. Let's talk about it, because you know what? When it comes to having an undisputed champion in any weight division, ask yourself this question. Has Al Haymon ever delivered boxing an undisputed champion in any weight division? In any given division, has he ever delivered when he had Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather could fight anybody of his choosing? Did he ever make it? Did he ever make it a priority to get all the belts? No, he never did. No, Floyd never really fought. He didn't have to fight his mandatories. I remember that very clearly. He didn't have to fight Tonio Margarito when Margarito had a title. He didn't have to fight Miguel Cotto when Miguel Cotto was champion at 147. No, he said Miguel Cotto gotta leave Bob Arum. And then the fight happened at a different weight class, by the way. Not at Miguel Cotto's best weight class, but at a higher weight division. But let's really think about it, because there was a time when there could have been an undisputed matchup. If y'all know what I'm talking about, hit that like button right now, because y'all may remember back in the day of the light heavyweight division when Kovalev happened to be on top, there was one fighter that was really right there neck and neck with Sergey Kovalev. And that fighter was Adonis Superman Stevenson. Oh, buddy. C King Fight News. That's right. Remember when Adonis Stevenson had the Ring Magazine title and the WBC title? And he was looking for all the smoke with Sergey Kovalev. That was a super fight that really never happened. It was a super fight that never happened. Why didn't it happen? Why didn't Stevenson fight Kovalev? Fought Alvarez, he didn't fight Kovalev. What happened with... And you know what? It took him a whole... he never got to fight Alvarez. My mistake. Adonis Stevenson never fought his mandatory. Not once. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is Adonis Stevenson never fought Sergey Kovalev when HBO had both fighters. They had both fighters locked in. For whatever reason. Oh, I know the reason. That first go-around when HBO was hyping the fight up, Sergey Kovalev, Adonis Stevenson, both of these guys were on a collision course together. Adonis Stevenson had just knocked out Tony Bellew. Sergey Kovalev beat up on, I believe it was Jean Pascal. He beat up on somebody, man. Some either scrub. He was on a bum of the month trip, man. He was knocking out all these guys we never heard of. Knocking out Youssef Mack. Knocking out fucking this other guy. I forget his name, man. Man. Kovalev fought a couple bums in between. But he was looking for the smoke with Adonis Stevenson. And what happened? Al Haymon got in the way of progress. He got in the way of Undisputed. He said, you know what? Adonis, you should be making more money. He said, hey, Adonis, you should be making more money in this fight. For Undisputed, how much you making? You should be making at least a few million over that shit. And then all of a sudden, negotiations fall through. The fight never happened. The undisputed light heavyweight championship fight never happened. And a lot of people point to Al Haymon as to why that didn't happen. You guys tell me. This fight didn't happen for a reason. And HBO had both fighters. HBO had both. There was no network excuse as to why the first fight never happened. Not only that, but what happens after that is even more confusing. Because then Bernard Hopkins says, if Adonis Stevenson can't agree to fight Sergey Kovalev, let's see what I can do. He goes over there, makes a deal with Kovalev, and Bernard Hopkins ends up fighting Kovalev for 2 or 3 of the titles. And I believe Bernard Hopkins was the IBF champion or something like that. You know, Bernard Hopkins may have had a title as well at the time. And he was looking for some of that smoke. And then Kovalev ended up getting the title off of him. But obviously, if Adonis Stevenson were to fight Sergey Kovalev at that time, that would be the premier light heavyweight championship fight, all on HBO. It would have been lit. It would have been the number 1 light heavyweight champion. That would have been, quote unquote, no doubt about it, it would be undisputed. Bernard Hopkins was sitting in the background somewhere, looking for a fight. I know he beat somebody for an IBF title. Maybe he beat somebody for the title. Maybe it wouldn't have been for undisputed, but you get me. You get what I'm saying here. And I will mention this, because this fight did come up again. Sergey Kovalev, Adonis Stevenson, the fight did come up again. And in that case, it was the fault of Kathy Duva and Sergey Kovalev, who knew they could not win in a purse bid, so they withdrew from that situation because they could not leave HBO. So this fight never happened. This is really why the fight never happened. So it's King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gone, man. Peace.